Welcome to FIA Pure Motorsport. On this week's episode, we'll introduce you to the FIA Rally Star winner from Africa. We'll go back in time to the historic Grand Prix in Zandvoort, and we'll have spectacular truck racing action, plus much, much more from FIA World of Motorsport. The FIA Rally Star is a global talent detection program organized by the FIA and its clubs. The project's main objective is to search for rising stars of tomorrow while promoting grassroots motorsports around the globe. After the finals in Europe and the Middle East, the African finals is the third of 6 FIA Rally Star Continental Finals in 2022. The Zwartkops Raceway near Pretoria, South Africa welcomed 28 drivers from 8 countries to the African final.
Welcome to the third Continental FIA Rally Star final at Zwartkops in South Africa.
The winner will join Estonia's Romet Jurgensen, who triumphed at the FIA Rally Star European Final, and Oman's Abdullah Al-Taki, the winner of the Rally Star MENA Final, to participate in the FIA Rally Star training season, where he will move a step closer to a possible dream drive in the FIA Junior WRC Championship. The top female competitor qualifies for the FIA Rally Star Women's Final in North America later this year.
We're looking for the ideal driver. We're looking for the new talent, ideally somebody who didn't do motorsport before, but we can see a speed already here. Obviously, speed is crucial in rallying and in all kinds of motorsports. Yeah, ideal candidate. Hopefully, we're going to find one today.
Stage 1 was a bit tricky in the sense of I've never driven with such a small clutch, in the sense of there's so little clutch, and then I stalled in my first run. My second run I gained confidence, and today it was, when we came here, it was just flat foot. So we just got into it, we knew what the assignment was, we executed it, and I had so much fun doing it.
It's amazing. This is such a great opportunity for us young ones that haven't really gotten exposed to the rally world, with organizing everything that's running so smoothly. So yeah, I'm absolutely loving it.
Behind the wheel of the TN5 cross cars from Thierry Neuville's Life Live organization, the competitors got their first feel for the 900-meter mixed surface course, which has been built especially for the third FIA Rally Star Continental Final.
It was not a huge challenge to organize this event because we had the full support of Motorsport South Africa people who helped us to find the circuit. We know there is a great passion for rallying in Africa. We have people coming from multiple countries.
Keep it straight, brake early, slow the car down, I'm not really hard.
From one session to another, they improve their times. The competition is getting closer and closer. Yesterday was a learning day. Today we have more competition, and that's the good thing.
And I'm very privileged to be here. I know many people would have loved to be here and try to drive the cross karts.
I'm absolutely loving it. It's a lot of fun driving these cars, and I'm having a good time.
The winner of each Continental Final can look forward to 6 rallies in an M Sport Ford Fiesta Rally 3 during the FIA Rally Star training season. At the end of 2023, the best 4 FIA Rally Star team members will be rewarded with a season in the FIA Junior WRC Championship 2024. For the young talents, this presents a chance of a lifetime.
Welcome to the last day of the African Regional Rally Star Final. We've got an exciting program with 12 finalists and 2 ladies in a shootout as well.
I think Rally Star is absolutely fantastic, and not only for South Africa but for the African continent. It's a very affordable way of getting involved in motorsport and to really see whether you've got the talent and the attributes to become a good racing driver.
It's not just speed on the track that we've been looking for. We measure that in different ways. We've looked at fitness, we've looked at reaction times, we've had a lengthy interview, we've had feedback from the driver coach here. So we've really been looking at these drivers very carefully for the future potential star from the African continent.
In the women's event, 20-year-old Christy Ellis from South Africa came out on top. And 19-year-old Max Smart from South Africa was crowned FIA Rally Star African final winner.
Absolutely surreal. I think it's still sinking in, but it's a great feeling.
It's a dream come true. I'm honestly shocked, and I believed in myself going into this event, and I'm flipping so happy to have this.
Rally is a fascinating sport. Thousands of teams worldwide love to rally off ordinary roads, from the youngest talents to the most experienced rally teams. In 2018, the new FIA Rally Car Pyramid was approved by the World Motorsport Council, and from 2021, the new FIA categories bring greater accessibility, more safety, and driver development potential to national and international rally championships. The FIA Rally Car Pyramid offers a simple class structure for all FIA Rally Championships, from entry level to the pinnacle of the discipline. Just like single-seater racing, in which the most high-performance cars are Formula One machines, Rally is adopting a similar nomenclature. The smallest figure is synonymous with the summit of the pyramid.
Well, it is really understandable now, and as well for us drivers, we now know which is the next step. So it's really nice.
Rally is like any other market. You need to have the product for the good people. Not all the people have the same budget, they don't have all the same ambition. So for us, it was really important to offer a product for each customer.
The groups are spread out between two-wheel drive and four-wheel drive cars, like Rally 3 to Rally 1. Furthermore, categories Rally 5 and Rally 3 are based on accessibility, while the others are dedicated to performance. At the base of the pyramid, Group Rally 5 represents the ideal option for entering Rally. Rally 5 is a basic rally car, but the competition level is very high. The guiding principle of Rally 5 regulations is simplicity. The only components that have to be approved by the FIA are the body shell, the seat mountings, and the harness. The other components are either from the production car or free. It's never been so easy to get into rallying. For 40,000 euros, Ford and Renault offer ready-built models that are really ready to rally. But if you build it yourself, you can save up to 30 or 40%. Another big advantage is these cars offer the possibility to easily move up to Rally 4. Rally 4 incorporates the highest performance front-wheel drive cars. Apart from the roof hatch and the openings on the bonnet, the Rally 4 retains the look of a production car. Under the hood, however, it's a proper competition car with a sequential gearbox and an engine tuned to develop 210 horsepower. All Rally 4 cars share the same characteristics for better sporting equity: a 30mm turbo restrictor, weight set at 1,080 kilograms, 330mm disc brakes, and 17-inch wheels on the tarmac. Rally 3 is the next step and the first step into four-wheel drive cars. Rally 3s can be described as Rally 4s with a four-wheel drive. The big plus, the manufacturers can in fact reuse many components from the two-wheel drive versions, such as the engine, suspension, brakes, wheels, and much more. These accessible and more affordable cars will allow all drivers to have fun at the wheel of a four-wheel drive car. The other two four-wheel categories are Rally 2 and Rally 1. Rally 2 represents the pinnacle for customer competitors.
It's really good to drive these cars because they are working really well, and when you are going on the limits in Rally 2 car, it's something incredible because the car is working. It's like that there is no physics in the car.
And Rally 1 are the top-level cars of the World Rally Championships, the ultimate goal of every rally team. And thanks to the new FIA Rally Car Pyramid, everyone can now find the product that best meets their needs. The race weekend at the Nürburgring is always a very special stop on the Goodyear FIA European Truck Racing Championship calendar. After last year's races had to be cancelled short notice due to the flood disaster, 100,000 fans are now cheering and celebrating the return of truck racing. Of course, most of them hope for a victory of the 6-time European champion Jochen Hahn from Germany. But the big favorite is the reigning champion Norbert Kish. The Hungarian was able to win 8 of 12 races and traveled to the Nürburgring as the leader in the overall standings. Sascha Lenz is second with 128 points and Jochen Hahn in third. And Norbert Kish starts the weekend in dominant fashion. In race 1, he celebrates a lights-to-flag victory, number 9 for the season. Adam Lachko comes in second place, and Jochen Hahn completes the podium in third. There are 4 races on each race weekend, and in the second race, Jochen Hahn's son, Lukas Hahn, is on pole position. At the Nürburgring, the start has even more significance. Next to Lukas Hahn, André Kurzim is also on row 1, and Steffi Halm is right behind him. So 3 German drivers among the top 4. Lukas Hahn with a good start, but André Kurzim is directly under pressure. Steffi Halm moves forward on the inside. Theo Calvé tries it on the outside. In the first right-hand corner, it gets tight on track, but all the trucks get through the first corners well. Antonio Albertzi takes advantage of this situation to move up to second position. Steffi Halm is in third. The trucks have lined up one behind the other and the action is kept to a minimum. Only Norbert Kish, who started from 8th place, is trying to fight his way forward through the field. Kish has moved up to 5th place, and meanwhile Steffi Halm has to fend off the attacks of Jochen Hahn, who has to keep an eye on Kish, who's pushing hard behind him. Then Norbert Kish manages to overtake Jochen Hahn for 4th position, but the victory goes to Lukas Hahn. For the first time, the son of Jochen is on top of the podium, and that at the Nürburgring of all places. Antonio Albertzi is second. Steffi Halm defends the last place on the podium until the very finish. The next day in race 3, Jochen Hahn has pole position. Next to him is Sascha Lenz. Norbert Kish, only in 10th on the grid, has to clean up the field from the back once again. Hahn, Lenz, Lachko, Albertzi, Halm, and Kish already up to 6th spot. Then the Hungarian passes Steffi Halm. Unfortunately, the gap to the first 3 drivers is already a bit bigger and Kish can't catch up. After Lukas Hahn, Jochen Hahn also wins a race at the Nürburgring, his first success since Misano 2021. Sascha Lenz comes in second, Antonio Albertzi again with a podium finish in 3rd place. In the last race of the weekend, Jamie Anderson has the pole position. Theo Calvé starts next to him. Steffi Halm and Adam Lachko are in row 2. An unchanged situation after a few laps. Jamie Anderson in front of Steffi Halm, then Lachko, Calvé, and Kish. Then Theo Calvé falls back, and while Kish's biggest rivals in the championships are stuck behind the Frenchman, Norbert Kish overtakes Adam Lachko and then tries to push Steffi Halm out of second place. And 3 laps before the end, Kish passes Steffi Halm with a beautiful overtaking maneuver. His next target, the leader, Jamie Anderson, while Steffi Halm has to defend the last podium spot against Adam Lachko. Jamie Anderson takes the second victory of his career, while Norbert Kish moves from 10th place up to 2nd place with an impressive drive, and Steffi Halm with a well-deserved 3rd place. In the overall standings, Norbert Kish extends his lead, while Jochen Hahn swaps places with Sascha Lenz. The Audi Quattro of Zippo and Dennis Pacino returned to the winner's podium at the Rally Lights. After technical issues cost them the win in Switzerland and Hungary, their Audi was running flawlessly in Austria. The Italian crew finished 69.3 seconds ahead of Karl Wagner and Gerhard Zoyner's yellow Porsche 911 SC in the overall standings. The BMW M3 E30 of Marty McCormick and Barney Mitchell finished 3rd overall and won Category 4 for cars built between 1982 and 1990. Championship leader Vili Silvasti with his Lancia 037 Rally reached 5th place overall despite a persistent engine issue that dogged the car for most of the weekend. The Ford Sierra RS Cosworth 4x4 of Mats Mirzel and Esko Juntala crashed on the first stage of day 2. The Swedes emerging from the car unharmed, but a fire started at the rear end of the car, destroying the Ford Sierra. In Category 1, that's cars built before 1969, Ernie and Karen Graham claimed their 4th win of the 2022 season in their Ford Escort Twin Cam, taking the fastest Category 1 time on all 13 stages of the Rally Lights. The 6th round of the FIA Regional European Championship by Alpine took place at the Formula One circuit Hungaroring. In race 1, Dutchman Kaz Havercourt scored his first victory in the series with a lights-to-flag win. Gabriel Mini finished in 2nd position and Roman Bielinski moved up from 8th place to come in 3rd. The British driver took the first podium for the team in the series, in addition to being the fastest rookie. In the second race of the weekend, Hadrian David converted the pole position into his 2nd win of the season. Gabriel Mini finished 2nd again, and the Brazilian Gabriel Bortoleto completed the podium in 3rd. With his 2 second places, Italian driver Gabriel Mini reduces the lead from the championship leader Dino Boganovic in the overall standings to only 9 points. Valerio and David Leon have a common hobby. They both love being on the track in historic F3 race cars. Valerio and David are father and son. The special thing about this is that the 62-year-old and his 30-year younger son practice their favorite pastime against each other. Both take part in historic F3 races in Europe with their cars built in 1978. Valerio drove his first race back in 1981. In Formula 3, of course. In his old age, he returned to racing, and very successfully.
We switched to this French trophy, which is a very nice trophy, and we started racing in this category. I won 4 times the trophy. I won 1 time a European trophy. I won in 2019 the FIA Formula 3, and now I have my son who is beating me, and so I'm not winning much anymore.
David inherited his passion for racing from his father.
I always had a passion for cars, racing cars, and the feeling is I want to do it, I want to do it, I want to do it. Then at school I was not very good at school. I'm always follow him around Europe for track days and racings, and yeah, I always wanted to do that.
But he wasn't allowed to. In the beginning it was all about school grades. Later a stroke of fate hit the Leon family hard, so it took all Valerio's powers of persuasion to get his wife's consent.
That was the most difficult
thing. That was the other reason.
Because in 2004 we were in Spa with the Formula 3. It was our first ever race with the classic Formula 3 French trophy. And I won the first race. And unfortunately in race 2 my brother had an accident and he died. And he was with me, yeah. So my wife, she never said anything against it. She was obviously not happy. She was trying to say to me, if you want to race, race, but David, I should not race.
Although he started his racing career late, he learned quickly and benefited from his father's wealth of experience.
I tried to give him the first advices, and he was a very fast learner. So now it's a couple of years that is practically always in front of me.
Even though David now mostly drives in front of his father, the younger Leon still wishes to have his consistency.
Maybe the consistency year after year of being faster and winning races and championships, which I don't have right now, because I'm faster, I learn faster, but I make a lot of mistakes.
Still has to know to learn how to manage a a race when there might be a problem, you know, because when you are in front and everything goes well, then it's easy. But when you're in front and you start to have some problems, he's getting a little bit nervous. What he has to learn is to keep calm and concentrated.
Then the next few years in Formula 3 Historic will also be successful Leon years again. The difference this time, the driver's first name is David. The historic Grand Prix in Zandvoort is a unique experience. The event is a voyage of discovery through the rich history of motorsport. Familiar names and brands will be on display for the fans in the stands and in the paddock. From classic F1 to F3 cars from the 1980s to LMP and GT cars. For the thousands of visitors, the F1 track in the dunes north of Zandvoort is transformed into an open-air museum, one that appeals to all the senses of the fans.
The smell of the tires, the smell of the petrol, the loudness of the engines. It's great.
In that time you can see everything, you know. If you open the hood now, it's all plastic. You can look through the car with this technique, and you can smell them too. I love it.
First is the sound of the cars. Yeah, it's the emotion of the cars and the smell of the petrol and that kind of things. That's giving me goosebumps.
The cars of the FIA Historic Formula 3 European Cup will be of particular interest. Between 1971 and 1984, F3 was the stepping stone to Formula 1 for many drivers. Later, Formula 1 legends such as Alain Prost and world champions Ayrton Senna earned their spurs in Formula 3. The FIA Historic Formula 3 European Cup is a unique celebration of the category, its cars, and its history. The cars race in two different categories. Category 1 are cars built from 71 to 78, and Category 2 are cars built from 79 to 84. For the drivers who can live out their passion in the FIA Historic Formula 3 European Cup, it's great to be able to present their cars, especially here in Zandvoort, where the first round of the European F3 Championship took place in 1978.
I think Zandvoort is a special feel, being by the seaside and such a great crowd and the sunshine. So it's a real special feel. Feels like a real Grand Prix, you know, like almost like a Formula 1 event.
It's a wonderful thing because nearly the whole western of Europe is here. We have drivers from Monaco, Italy, France, England, Belgium, Netherlands, Germany, and I love that. It's really nice to meet that many people and to come together here. It's a fantastic event.
And as a driver, you can enjoy such an event even more while racing a car from the 70s or 80s.
Formula 3 cars are fabulous. Formula 3 cars are proper racing cars. So they're not incredibly fast in a straight line, but they're incredibly quick through the corners. They're just beautiful cars. They handle great. It's the early slicks and wings era. They're just incredible cars to drive.
I really like the analog nature of it. It's a very physical experience, and so the actual racing is very exciting. But also you have the added history of the car and the people that raced it before. So it gives a whole dimension to racing that I didn't have perhaps in another class.
In addition, the cars are easy to repair, and the drivers often do it themselves. And Avon takes care of the right tires. As modern cars use a radial construction and historic F3 cars use an X-ply construction, the British company builds the tires specifically for historic F3 cars. Avon can supply every car from 1964 to present day and supplies all historic F3 racing series in the world with tires. And the drivers need good tires as soon as they're on track. Then no one thinks about the fact that they're sitting in a classic car.
Once you're out there, you're racing, and so everyone gives it everything, I think, on the racetrack. But we're very respectful of each other, which I do like in the historic racing. It's respectful racing, but very, very hard racing, and everyone is committed to being as quick as they can be.
I think we're respectful. We're respectful of other people and, you know, our property, but yeah, they're raced very, very hard. And the lap times are pretty much the same as they were in period, so they're raced very, very hard.
In Zandvoort, the 18 participants in the FIA Historic Formula 3 European Cup have to contest in 2 races. 9 drivers compete in each category, and the aggregate results from both races will decide the class winners. Category 2, cars built from 1979 on, Volker Boehm finished third, Fraser Gray managed second place, and David Thorburn finished both races in fourth position, but that was enough to win the category on aggregates. In Category 1, cars built before 1979, Marco Copini finished in third position and Robert Moores came in second, but the best driver of the weekend was David Leon. He won race 1 and finished third in race 2. On aggregate, a great first place finish for the Italian. That's it for today. On our next episode of FIA Pure Motorsport, we'll show you why SSVs are the best way to start rallying. We'll have some spectacular hill climb action coming to you from Poland. And we'll have a look at how 4-time Rally Dakar winner Nasser Al-Attiyah masters the Baja Aragon. Till next time, take care everybody and ciao.